Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Natural One, where we roll the dice, we kill the creatures, and we tell the stories. And I have to say, guys, I'm a little bit disappointed in us. I didn't think this was ever going to happen. I believe that for the first session, since we ordered custom T-shirts, nobody is wearing one.
I'm in a costume.
I could be wearing it.
I couldn't.
Oh. It's like costume.
I guess I could have brought it with me and changed, but hey, things happen. But anyway, before we go ahead and jump into the session tonight, a couple of quick announcements. First, want to give a quick plug to our friends over at Brass Engine, who's done a lot of really cool leatherworking stuff, such as notebook covers, cuffs, just all sorts of stuff that's Harry Potter, D&D, Lord of the Rings, all that nerd-themed area. So definitely, if you have an interest in any of that, give them a check out. They have a shop open on Etsy where they sell all their stuff. And secondly, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our friend at bcdesignden.com. She makes the aforementioned custom t-shirts and works at a very reasonable price. She also makes socks, a number of other things too, I believe, jackets and all that. So if you have an interest in any of that, give her a check out, and she would certainly appreciate the business, and she works way cheaper than anyone else we were able to find. But yeah, I believe that is about all. I know we will not be meeting next week.
Correct.
Do we know how the first Saturday in December looks for everybody?
November?
Just November. That. Yes.
I have drill.
You have drill. And then you're not going to be out of town the following week, correct?
Nope. I will be here.
Okay. I guess we'll see how everybody feels if we want to meet on, everybody, I guess, except Rag, if we want to meet on the first week of November, or we want to make that our off week for that month. But, yeah, I believe that's about it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the natural one.
It's your time to fly, or your time to die. Let's have some fun on the natural one. You can roll the dice if you pay the price. No, we're not done. It's the natural one. It's the natural one. It's the natural one. You got dragons and flagons and horses with wagons. There's a ton of powerful shit that your crew's dragging. You're a titan. Fighting in the day or night, mixing up every story that you all are writing. It's your time to fly, or your time to die. Let's have some fun on the natural one. You can roll the dice if you pay the price. No, we're not done. It's the natural one. It's the natural one. It's the natural one.
Okay.
And welcome back. We were busy talking about a one-shot we're running next week, and we're all excited about it. Well, I don't know, it's kind of a one-shot. Is it connected to the...
Loosely.
Loosely? Okay. So, last time, you guys made your way into the capital of the Krognak Range, informed by your old friend Kazuya that he had taken care to incapacitate the tiefling changeling that you guys were chasing after he took the visions of Talon and kidnapped a young boy. Upon meeting Kazuya, you saw that he had undergone some changes. And there was a bit of a tense moment between him and Ronan as you saw fit to try and stop him. Fortunately, it did not come to blows, and you agreed to take the tiefling and go about your business. The tiefling put up no fight or argument and agreed to travel with you freely. As you guys traveled a little way through town, you took up hiding in the bottom of a shoe store in a doctor's office, where you intended to interrogate the said tiefling, only to find out that, strangely, people walking through town with a tiefling chained behind them in tow actually does alert the guard presence. However, you guys were quickly found by Captain William Hart, who is a member of the Evier army that has, on a few different occasions, worked with Ronan and provided you guys some help. Before he managed to accompany you to his house, where you guys managed to kind of catch your breath and find out a little bit of what was going on, including the fact that he had given an incorrect description of your party to the local guard in an attempt to kind of help keep some people off your back, possibly. While there, you found out that he has also been housing Michael Riverwood, the ex-prince who was attacked by the new queen after she murdered her new husband. And she has now apparently taken place on the throne, causing a bit of controversy across the country. You guys also then spoke to Michael about the cursed children, where he revealed the complicated history behind a moonless night that caused them all to go extremely bloodthirsty. And that is more or less where we left things off.
DM, what day is it?
Wonderful question. I should always have my calendar pulled up, and I don't, so give me a minute.
I do remember I wanted to go back and see if Kazuya left any traces in that room.
Yes. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Actually, this will be more investigation. It is currently evening, but it is the 11th of Canal. One day after Skelly's birthday.
21.
21. You spend some time looking around, and as you look through the room, you're actually more used to finding physical traces than anything else. And so for a long moment, you don't find anything. However, what eventually sets you off is that you realize there is a small wisp of shadow spaced out, like footsteps, and the shadows that rise from the floor, it's almost like smoke, actually. And as it rises from the floor, it turns into a vague purplish hue.
Kazuya's leaking edginess.
I was gonna say. Does this come from, like, footprints?
They're spaced out as if, like, if you were to measure somebody's footprints,
Uh-huh.
they're spaced out in that way. But there are no actual footprints.
Got it.
Make a general intelligence check for me, please. With advantage. Discord. I can't spell. That. Everybody else, you guys are all still positioned inside of. Sorry, you're all still positioned inside of Captain William Hart's house. He has agreed to house you temporarily while you guys are in the city, if you would like. What would you guys like to do?
There's not a path anywhere, like, there's no track, he just vanishes.
No. Well, the track goes into a hall, and then about halfway down the hall,
Just
it becomes
space.
impossible to follow past that point.
Okay. I'll head back to the room then.
Okay.
William, I hate to be a burden to you. Are you sure it's safe for us to stay here?
Ronan, my friend, you have been a burden since the day I've met you.
Fair.
But, being as high up in our army as I am gives me a few luxuries, one of which is that I'm not subject to a random search without a properly sealed and signed warrant from the Lord. So, you guys are likely to be safe unless for any reason he has an interest in you staying here, which he shouldn't. Might be slightly cramped. I don't exactly have a manor, but, as long as you don't mind sharing a room.
And should something go wrong and we need a quick escape, is there one here?
Not directly out of my house, no. I do know a few alleyways that you can skirt to avoid most public attention. Wouldn't be quick, but it would be out of the main roads.
Where's Michael at, DM? Is he still down here with us?
No, he after finishing the cursed story children, he went back up. He appears to be extraordinarily exhausted.
First story children.
You know what I meant.
Children's story?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Can you pull it down?
Yep, doing it right now.
Thanks.
Okay, I remember this.
Yeah, so you guys are in one of the houses located within Ruby Road.
And you said it's nighttime?
Yes,
Okay.
early evening at this point.
And this is whose house?
William.
Captain William Hart.
William, what happened to Michael?
A grace set upon him whenever he was attempting to rescue his nephews. He didn't go into detail, but apparently she is fairly formidable on her own.
And this is the new, I guess, queen.
Yes.
Okay. And I kind of pull Talon over to a quiet corner. You know, I'm glad that we're not out there. But if we're going to be in here, we need to know the truth. What really happened. Do you have the ability to connect your mind to Michael's mind?
I can, but only through. It would only be a spoken link. It's not like I can read his mind.
Do you think perhaps Grendel could?
His ability seems to be similar to mine, but I don't know for sure. We could ask.
And then I will take Talon and we'll go find Grendel.
He was last keeping watch at the door. Based on last time, people just barged right in and we were kind of caught unaware.
Grendel, my friend, with your abilities, are you able to just talk to people, or are you able to get inside their head?
I've only ever talked, and they've been able to talk back to me.
Okay.
I do have a spell that I can cast. It gives me an idea of what they're thinking.
I'm wanting to see what's going on inside Michael's head.
I can see what I can do.
Appreciate it.
Well,
Are our friends just outside the gate? Tagnak and I are just sitting outside.
You told them to stay by a certain tree.
I just want, okay.
We haven't offloaded the chandelier yet, have we?
No,
Are we doing that while we're here?
not here. We still have to go up north,
You have to go to the spire.
the spire.
Okay.
We'll get a better price there.
what are you trying to find out?
What really happened between him and his queen, or the queen?
And Michael is the one that was tortured, right?
he was damaged.
I'm going to turn to him and cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. He's currently upstairs trying to sleep. Are you attempting to?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak in there.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what asleep counts as condition-wise. All right. And what is the save for detect thoughts?
15 Wisdom.
We have disadvantage because he's
I'm trying
sleeping
to
and
decide
prone.
that.
I think sleep technically counts as unconscious,
Yeah.
so he would just automatically fail, I think.
Well, he's incapacitated. Unaware of its surroundings. Automatically fails strength and dex saves. And he can't take actions or reactions or hold concentration. Technically he doesn't automatically fail. Josh, do you have my dice?
Hmm?
Do you have my
Oh.
dice?
I have him in the backpack. I didn't set it there.
Oh,
Okay, real quick.
please, thank you. So while Grendel is doing that, is there anything anybody else would like to be doing?
Cephalopod, should we go give these rations to our friends out by the gate?
Do we not leave them with rations?
No,
We just kind of just left, told them stay right,
Ex-
hang out right there.
Okay. Then yes, we should.
And what's the DC on that?
15.
15? He fails.
Alright, so for the duration I can read the thoughts of certain creatures. And then when you cast a spell and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature you choose has intelligence of 3 or lower, doesn't speak any language, it's unaffected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates.
Okay.
If I do succeed that second time, the spell ends.
Okay. So from your initial reading, you get... There's not necessarily a thought process or words attached to it, but you can definitely sense a high level of panic and fear.
Looking at him, does it seem like he's dreaming?
He does appear to be dreaming. You can see that sweat is beating up on his forehead, and you can see that the eyes are flickering behind the eyelids.
Okay. I'm gonna wake him up.
And so it takes you a few seconds. As you do, he actually initially kind of springs up and flails a little bit, not connecting with you just enough to kind of make you step back.
Mm-hmm.
Stops.
While he's kind of discombobulated, I'm going to probe deeper. And at the same time, I'm gonna... You told me to ask about what again?
Or look for what really happened with him and the queen in the hall.
I'm gonna say in his telepathically, what happened to the queen in the hall? As I'm probing deeper, so it kind of puts
Combining
on
them.
that.
It's another fail. So, as you see his eyes start to focus on you, and you ask your question, you get a flash where you see Michael dressed as he was on the day of the wedding, with his rapier drawn in the middle of a battle with the queen, flashing back and forth, and you hear her laughter, while behind her you see the charred forms of two young children, probably teenage years. And you just feel Michael's distress and pain as you hear him softly. She wanted to make sure that there were no male suitors that would have the right to take the throne from her.
Sorry about that. Sorry you had to go through that.
I appreciate that. The important thing is my niece is safe and my wife and children are safe. I can figure out what to do. I'm sorry, is there anything else you need? I'm sorry, I'm really exhausted.
No, I'm sorry. Go back to sleep. Sorry to wake you. The pressing matters on my mind.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you and your friends are safe. See him kind of roll over and try to focus himself and go back to sleep. Okay.
I head over to Ronan and so looks like the queen killed. Do I know the kids' names? Does Grendel?
Make a history check.
Stark and
9.
9.
Yeah.
You kind of think back. Michael was the brother to the king, and the king was Marcus. I can't think over what the kids' names were.
it was Robin Hood, bro.
From what I saw, the queen killed the 2 teenagers. I don't know their names. Burnt them to a crisp while Michael in there was fighting for his life and theirs.
No heirs. Smooth.
At this point, Ghost returns to the house.
Does he come in stealthily or
Ghost, do you come in stealthily?
coming through a high window?
Probably.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. I
Just
assume,
to make sure that nothing crazy happened in here while I was gone.
I assume you would have your hood up, so you have advantage.
$31.
30.
Close. So you guys feel just a slight breeze for a second.
Is that a window? Yeah.
Michael leans back, or I'm sorry, not Michael, William leans back and puts both his feet up on the table, reaches over, and grabs what appears to be a nail. Anyone?
Take it out of his hand.
Hello, Ghost.
Thanks. Kazi is gone.
Reaches back, grabs another one. So, what are you guys gonna do about that? And he points at the tiefling.
Great question.
Are we still delivering rations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still going to
Are
do
you leaving, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, we went to deliver rations.
Oh, I knew you guys had said you should. I didn't know if you were actually.
Yeah, we left at the same time that Ghost after running gets the information from Grendel.
You guys are gonna leave. Okay.
We leave, and then
So Ghost, you come back
there's
and
a breeze in the house.
the Goliath and
I watched the walk out the door.
gone.
I was just like, great.
Where are chairs? Did you drink it?
Yes.
So sorry.
No, it's just right by my hand. I keep getting thirsty. I'm like, oh, coffee. That hurts.
It's not full.
So I have to ask. His eyes. Was that you guys or? Good. That makes me feel a little bit better about all this.
He's actually better than. He's better now than when we found him.
Right then. Yes, you are not boring.
Where did the other two go?
They mentioned something about your friends on the outskirts of town. So they might be getting hungry.
Can't fend themselves for the evening.
Yeah, that took a turn.
As we were just cautiously walking down the street, not trying to make a scene of any sorts.
A lot easier now that you're
Do I
not towing a
feel-
tiefling around.
Are there any Goliaths around? Like, is it common for? Do I feel like it's common for Goliaths to be here?
Make an insight check.
It's not gonna be good.
It's not that high DC.
Six.
You don't see any other Goliaths. You're not getting an abundant amount of stairs or anything. So they've probably seen a few before, but not commonplace.
Okay.
Plus, at this hour, mostly it's drunken dwarves heading back to their houses
That's fair.
with a good mix of humans.
So, cephalopod. And I gotta ask, do you like being called cephalopod?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that what you prefer?
Sure.
About your bar.
Have I told them about my bar? I don't think I mentioned
I don't
it.
think you've mentioned your
Yeah.
bar.
We've asked about the bar.
You've asked the DM about the bar a few times.
You've mentioned
Yeah.
someone
We've
burning
asked
party
about the
down,
bar
yeah.
stool too.
The
You
bar
guys
stool,
haven't asked about the bar stool.
Okay, that was like the first
Yeah.
when you guys first met me.
and we
Yeah, 'cause you
never
were like-
brought it back until now.
All we know is someone burned your bar down.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah, that is all we know.
That was COVID.
What exactly happened?
I woke up and the bar was burned down.
Were you inside the bar? Were you on the side of the bar? Did you have a lot of enemies that would want to do this?
I don't know where I would get enemies.
Okay. Were you the only one that worked at the bar?
Occasionally, other people from my village would come and help out if we were having particular busy season, but for the most part, it was my bar.
I gotta tell you, I like the bar stool leg.
It's a whole bar stool. It's not just the leg.
This entire time I thought you just had a bar
Nope, a
stool.
whole bar stool.
Man, that thing has hit a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, oak? This is really sturdy.
The magic gives it extra flavor.
Is it heavy? It looks like it'd be a little off balance. Does it?
Do you want to try to swing it?
Yes.
I'm gonna hand him my bar stool.
Okay.
DM, is the bar stool heavy?
The bar stool is fairly heavy. It's not like where you can't possibly hold it, but it is heavy.
It's a bar stool made for Goliath, so
I'm holding it with two hands. Oh, this is. Oh, I can see why your core is so great. I mean, you really got to get some torque into this. And he hands it back to you. As I was using two hands, she just one-handed.
That moment whenever you're like trying to struggle with the shingles and you see somebody else like both like the back on each shoulder and you're just like,
I just want to let you know, I'm glad we saved your new best friends, Tagnak and Akbar.
me too. I've known them a very long time.
I almost stabbed you.
You're not with me.
I know, but
Unless you meant in real life, in which case I'm concerned.
might have to suddenly change the seating arrangements on us.
He didn't lift that pen off that table real fast.
I really was just like, wait a minute.
And as you guys are discussing the Cyclops pair in question, you reach the gate on the eastern side of the town.
Are they by the tree that I asked them to stand by?
As you look out, you do see two huge figures standing next to a tree. You can hear them even from this distance laughing and joking with one another, comprising what sounds like some truly terrible couplets.
And as we hit the gate, are there guards? Like, how many guards are
There are serious, probably about 5 guards stationed atop the gate. You can see many of them have guns.
Okay. I just wave at one of the guards as I'm walking. How you doing? And we make our way over to the tree.
Okay. As you come up on the tree, what is both of your passive insights?
Trash. 12. 11.
Your passive insight is higher than it.
I know. I don't know why. And I'm wise. I'm dumb, but I'm wise.
You don't know shit, but damn, you're confident about knowing it. Alright. And as you approach, you see the pair of them are busy tearing into what looks like it might have once been either an exceptionally large boar or a very small dragon.
Hey, fellas.
Is that based on the size?
Just based on the size, it's impossible to know a creature. Mostly at this point, it's just a bunch of meat.
Okay.
Hello, best friend. Waving his cephalopod.
Hi.
Hello, other friend.
Rations are gonna be real good, huh?
I see you found yourself something to eat.
It says just a slight bit of nervous. Yeah, no, it just came up here, and now it's
No,
food.
it's fine. It's fine. I was coming out here to give you guys some food, but if you guys are good, I will take out my bedroll, and this is gonna look horrible, but a tent made for a half elf, like the camping setup for a half elf, and just give it to them and start setting it up.
They pick it up. It's the equivalent of about the size of a Chinese finger trap in their hands.
Put their face over it and use it as a mask?
It's basically what you've handed them as a blindfold.
I was unprepared for this.
They are huge creatures.
It's about the gesture that counts.
They seem strangely touched. You do notice that there is the tree is in place, but the ground around it is torn up.
What's going on here?
You see Akbar looks slightly flushed in the face. I want to clarify, we stayed by the tree the entire time.
Okay. What are you doing with this?
Well,
They're moving the tree.
see, we got kind of hungry,
Right?
but we couldn't leave the tree.
So you took the tree?
Yes. But we brought it back.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to check on you guys before we call it a night. We should be wrapping our affairs up here in this town. It's by tomorrow afternoon. Are you guys good?
Oh yeah, this is really comfy. This is way better than the cave, and it's actually better than the cages too. I kind of like the swingy part of the cages. That was pretty cool, but the rest of that was not really an experience to be repeated. So this is quite nice. This grass is soft and it's smooth.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. And then I'm going to regret this so much. I'm going to reach out for a fist bump.
Make an athletics check. Make it this point. Just make a Constitution saving throw.
Naruto?
Believe it.
Kurama.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
All my damage has
hope
come
you
from
didn't.
my friends today.
You didn't use your good wrist because it's broken now.
Basically, trying to fist bump you and not cause you pain is like playing Operation for them.
Remember.
And they only have one eye.
And they always hit the zzz. It's always the same.
The depth perception is really off.
Well, Why don't you have them hold their fist still and then you bump it?
Next time, that may be the move. Fist out, guys. Fist out. Cephalopod, do you have anything?
Try to only eat wild animals, not other people's animals.
We didn't even think about that. Oh, that would be so much. But we will try to only eat the wild animals.
Responsible for them.
Okay. We'll escape into the mountains together.
They clearly do know the terrain.
All right, well, you fellas have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright, you have a good night too, and don't get in trouble, because it's... You guys get in trouble when you go places. We try to help, but you're so small and you get everywhere.
We tend to do that, don't we?
Sweet dreams.
Thank you.
Then I will wait for her, and we'll cross the street and go back into the town.
You know, most parties adopt like a dog or a goblin. You guys adopted Cyclops.
I've known them for 20
tomato.
years.
They're the three best friends that any Goliath could ever have.
It's for everybody else in the house with the tiefling. What would you guys like to be doing?
How late is it now?
About 7, 8 o'clock.
I already got all my stuff that I wanted, I think. I'll actually, because we're staying in their place, right, Michael? And
Yes, in Michael's or in William's house. Yes.
Yeah. I'll just, I'll go back and retire a little early.
Okay. So you head into the room. The room is, you know, it's well carpeted and stuff. It's a little sparse. You can tell, obviously, William spends most of his time not here. But, you know, it's comfortable enough. Definitely better than outside.
Okey-doke.
Ghost, Grendel.
Waiting for them to come back.
All right.
Both of us?
We both left together.
Usually you don't care about cephalopod.
No, I care about cephalopod. I don't care about the Cyclops.
They gave you shinies. They have done nothing but help.
William, do you know where I could get a nice new shield? As I show my shield, it's probably all scratched and dented.
He takes a quick look at this. You have battered that thing to shit, my friend.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, well, there are a good number of shops in town. Most of it's military grade, so it's not likely to be particularly abundant in any sort of magical abilities, but you might find a smith or two that dabbles in such things. I got a few that I can recommend if you're just looking for a good fashioned shield.
I'm looking for something a little bit.
Well, if you want to try something that's going to be a little bit more, shall we say, extravagant, I would try the old district near Every Keep. Don't necessarily know anyone in particular, but that's where a lot of your more high-end smiths and things tend to work.
Why are you Googling that?
Because it popped up here, so I just
Oh,
like
okay.
a note. Okay. I'm gonna wait with Ghost for them to get back. Who knows what they're getting into?
Actually,
I
see
would
Michael
like to
just-
say out of all of us, cephalopod has gotten
You're
in
not
the
here.
least amount of trouble.
You're not here.
You see Michael just slowly look at the tiefling. You've been, compliant so far.
Michael and William.
Normally it's you two, now it's Michael and William. William looks at the tiefling.
They're in his head now.
Somebody every time it's gonna just be. Look, man, you act like a stupid Cyclops for long enough, and then the Cyclops starts coming out.
It is having an adverse effect on the we need to get rid of them.
We've got him right where we want him, guys.
This is the tiefling and just slowly pulls out a pistol and lays it on the table. Just so we're clear. The tiefling does not appear to respond.
Did the team get its eyes carved out?
Yeah.
So pulling the gun out does what for the tiefling?
You don't know.
Oh,
The noise.
Is it the sound of the? It's set on the table.
You do know that. Well, you're not there.
I'm not there.
You're not there. I do want to ask, since he asked about his shield, I'll pull out one of my hand crossbows and then I'll unwrap the frost sack I got from the salamander. Is there a place in the city where I could find someone to combine these two?
Now that is high-end work you're looking for. There might be a smith in town that could handle it. I don't know for sure that there's one in town. Let me think over this for a second. If I can pull up the right fucking map. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
On the map.
If there's nobody in town that could handle it, your best bet in the Crugnuk range would be Reggie's Hall.
I'm unfamiliar.
Reggie's Hall.
Reggie's Hall.
Let's say, Reggie just have a place here?
Well, he's a foreman and he's really expanding.
It's amazing how well construction pays these days.
He's picking up projects everywhere. If you have a
only-
universe and you need something built, Reggie's available.
That's what commercials say.
The only
Card.
the only land I know for sure that has smiths of that caliber would be in Sapphire Shores. They combine weird shit like that all the time. But obviously they'd be a bit out of your way.
Just a little bit. Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Where did he say?
Reggie's Hall.
Okay.
Before me and Cephalopod walk in to William, I almost said Michael.
Yeah, easy to mix.
Oh no, it's affecting the table.
He's
It's contagious.
before we walk into Williams, I just stop Cephalopod for a second. I know that you are looking for the ones that burned down your bar.
Yes. Do you know them?
I do not, but I want to let you know that we will get this handled here, and then we will start looking for leads on that. I don't want you to feel like I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like
Yeah, I felt like you was
No,
right.
no,
I felt like so everybody but the cat.
Wow. Cat has no problem with the Goliath. God damn it.
we want to make sure that we get whatever you're wanting to handle handled as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I will open the door and
Ghost, you see as Ronan and Cephalopod re-enter William's house. Grindr, what are you doing in this time?
Seeing that they are back, I'm probably
So, after kind of seeing that they're okay, you head back towards the room you saw Talon retreat to.
We need to affect me.
Am I part of the family?
Yes.
Oh. But my friends aren't?
You see who William, who is now a few ales in.
There's a fucking twitch in this eye.
William, a few ales in, looks up.
They're on
Am
the
I also part of the family? No, you guys talk about your shit. If you're gonna kill the tiefling, just don't dump him in the house. He goes upstairs.
He had way more than I thought he did.
He is a soldier and an expert at getting drunk.
Are we killing the tiefling?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, if anybody was going to do it, it'd be you.
you are really good at killing things, Ghost. Like, if I shut the lights off in here right now, if I blow out all the sconces, we probably don't really stand a chance. Just saying. It's a beautiful thing. What's going on?
So I went back to the room. Your friend is gone,
Sense?
but there was a weird essence.
What type of weird essence? Like the smell of a Hot Topic fall essence, or
Spencer's, thank
maybe
you.
oh, sorry,
Okay, both of
Spencer.
neither of those stores have sense.
No.
Hollister.
They spell
That's
it.
Hollister.
Over the scent.
Oh, okay.
That's the wrong.
See, you guys don't pick up the scent. It's the smell of teen angst and fucking goth.
Why are you so in tune with the smell
Why are
of
you-
teen angst?
Guys.
Let's do a lot of Nirvana.
Offended.
I don't know why you feel offended.
That is true.
I was raised by Hot Topic.
That is true. That's true. I had my face.
Go on, Ghost.
Anyway, back to the real game. Grendel.
Brenda went back.
Grandma went to bed.
God damn it.
He looked at us, turned around, and
I
left.
would go get them both.
Oh, you're gonna go get Talon and Grindel?
Yes. I said family meeting.
Okay. Talon,
You should have
as you're
probably told the family before
just
they went to
hitting
bed.
the first stage of REM sleep, like that moment when you just start to go, the door. Family meeting.
You're the
You're
worst.
It's like that very wrong moment to wake somebody up.
Uh-huh.
No, I was there.
Damn you, I was finding sleep.
Why are you here for me?
Grendel. Your abilities. Where do they come from?
Power on his hip.
You. And what nature are they?
They come from a creature that I know nothing about. I came in contact, and that's why I left the guard.
Are they arcane? Divine?
Psionic?
You do know you first felt that rush of energy shortly before you traveled down to the tower.
The aura or whatever it was that Kazia left behind was extremely similar to the ability. Is it normal? No, that's new.
Would be
Specifically, the smoke dissipated into the same shade of purple as when you use your psionic abilities.
that would be new. Kazuya's crafty with the blade. He's not, or at least when I was with him, was not privy to those types of arcane abilities.
What are they?
But magical nonetheless.
In a sense, I think I don't really.
Everybody go ahead and make an Arcana check.
He's a new die.
Oh, one.
There you are, sir.
Hey,
Come on, man, you're taking from my cheese bread fund.
and fuck you. And fuck you, Tony.
Oh my gosh.
22.
Except for Bud.
13.
4.
6.
Wow, high numbers going out today, guys.
Getting it all out the way in case we get ambushed by an army.
So, Grendel, you and you alone would understand that ultimately any form of magic is still arcane in its use. It's a matter of where that ability comes from. For warlocks, you know that it comes from patrons. Clerics and paladin, it's a gift from a deity. And then wizards learn it through study. And the actual Feywild supplies the chain of magic that they use. And sorcerers have it usually inherent in their bloodline. With psionic energy, it's most similar to a warlock, but it's twisted a little bit. In fact, that it doesn't necessarily come from a demigod or a demon, it can come from an entity. But it's similar as far as its usage to a warlock's patron.
Sorry, it's the cup. I know.
Would I? No. No. Would I be correct in assuming that that could be the same creature that gave me mine, that got in contact with Kaguya?
So, the creature, as rarely as you've ever communicated with it,
I just want to drink my milk.
hasn't revealed a lot about itself. You know that there can certainly be cases where a single entity or creature can grant powers to multiple entities. Or it's quite possible that this is just a creature that uses similar type powers and thus provides the same look.
That's why I married him.
No, go in there.
That's alright, man.
No.
Take a few minutes.
No, because it's the stupidest thing ever.
Why would it not be?
That's pretty childish.
Oh my god.
My cup was verbally assaulting me, and I couldn't get it to stop.
Listen to what she said. The cup was verbally assaulted. And it kept making.
Her cup was literally, she was drinking it, and it was.
It would whistle every time. And I kept trying to drink it, it wouldn't, so I took the cup off. And then he made the hole bigger so it would stop whistling, and it worked.
Made the hole bigger, huh?
I married him.
That's why I married him.
Fuck. Meanwhile, we're over here trying to figure out what Brindle's fucking breakdown is.
Oh my god.
You guys are fucking making it all bigger. Laughing about it.
Actually, I was doing both.
Oh no, I understand. I saw you playing around with the fork.
Oh, it would have been fine if she hadn't said that.
It wouldn't have been because you were dying of laughter before that.
It just, I heard it growing progressively, and I'm trying to do this whole thing.
I was trying to stop it.
You didn't.
Oh, we are childish.
Anyway. So yes, Grendel.
Okay.
So how's it shook him off? Okay.
Do I know of, is there like a specific place where these kind of creatures would be?
You're talking about the entity that,
Yeah.
you really don't know much of anything about it. Best guess, if you had to throw a guess, it would be from another plane.
God, he's got planar pimp. Crazy.
I think it's safe to assume that an already dangerous individual is more dangerous.
Did you
At those
explain all
words.
that to the rest of the party?
I did. Yes, sorry.
I don't mean to cut you off.
No, please.
Do we know who his sugar mama is?
Would I have any idea if anything from the Dreaming Dark is capable of that?
You know, the Dreaming Dark houses many different things, and it's a very varied land. What would be now considered a dark entity. You know, some of the higher up in demons, they do occasionally act as patrons. It's certainly possible. You do know it's a little bit weird. If it's specifically from a devil or a demon, they most often act in deals. Not necessarily always, but most of the time.
Feel dreaming darkish when I was in the room.
I don't know, did you start having a panic attack?
You didn't see a mirror. No mirror popped up.
Here.
Your venom didn't set off.
No hairs on the back of my neck raised.
Yeah, no, it felt ominous.
Is there more salt to the pepper?
I'm not sure what you mean.
He means
he
is there
gets
more
more
white?
Oh,
Come on, guys. Keep up.
not since you've entered town.
Salt to the pepper. That was good. Thoughts? Talon, you have anything?
Not really. It'd be hard to compare the two because one was seen by him and one was seen by you, unless, Kazuya's room is still the same way it was when you left.
Will you allow me to delve into your mind to see if I recognize it?
Look at my trick.
So you're
Sure.
I cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be delving deeper so I can try to see the images he saw.
Ghost, make a few saves.
Careful.
You could choose to fail.
I will choose to fail.
Okay. I wasn't gonna tell you. So, delving in, Grendel, you get the image of a dark room. Something happened on that side of the table now?
DJ being DJ.
A table full of 7-year-old children just...
I'm just saying, he made her hole bigger, and now he's fucking his skull. Grindel's having a good day.
DJ being DJ.
Kill, Ronan.
I'm glad nobody heard
Actually,
me
already on your
whisper.
list, you just have to really
Just had to, I underlined it.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point, underline, circle 3
move to the top.
Grendel, you recognize what Ghost saw as the remnants of archaic energy. You do know that this is something that typically only happens to very high-level magic users. It's an effect they have on the environment. As they pull the magic to them, it's something that kind of leaves an echo. And thinking back over Ronan's explanation, you realize that, like, whatever Kazuya did, whatever magic he started to pull on, whenever it was possible it was going to go into a fight, it left just a faint trace. That trace will dissipate over time, but just temporarily. It's almost like puncturing a hole between the two planes for a very brief moment.
Does it feel the same as the creature for me?
Kind of hard because you're feeling it secondhand. It feels similar. It's almost like there has to be a better simile than what's in my head.
Nope, say it.
Join
Say it. Say it to the table of 7-year-old, bro.
It's not anything dirty. It's just weird.
You want to bet?
It's something I don't consider to be dirty. It's been a little weird. So it's kind of like if you knew the taste of a glass of milk. This is almost like it's been filtered through a sock.
So it just got some extra flavors to it.
There's some extra flavors, and the original doesn't shine through quite as bright. I told you it wasn't dirty. It was just weird.
Is it a
I mean, it is dirty. That is
It's very literally dirty.
Is it a dirty sock or a clean sock?
Does it really matter that much?
A little bit, yeah, it does.
Are there toe hairs in the sock?
So, oh gosh, that would be the worst. Mm-hmm. Those
Okay.
hair
I
on the
understand.
knuckle of your toe.
Moving on. I just want a TPK tonight, huh?
Sure.
And then a whole party of kobolds will arrive in a trench coat.
Yes.
I'm gonna end the spell. Thank you, Ghost, for trusting me to do that. And you are very straightforward with your thoughts. There was no wandering, which is, I think, a compliment.
He's calling us stupid.
No.
I was concentrating.
Even after that, I'm not sure if they're connected with my powers. They're similar, but hard to tell secondhand.
Obviously, he's a problem.
Maybe.
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 Exhibit A.
Are you pointing
Point
at
to
the
the
tiefling?
tiefling.
Okay.
Pointing to God. God, not you, the guy behind you.
Pay no attention to the man behind you.
Sherlock, you're a problem.
I don't want to solve this TV
This is how our quest to kill God.
Wow. Not you, God. Step over the guy you made in your image.
As you say that, Ghost, for the first time since you guys have taken him, the tiefling actually displays a bit of emotion and begins to laugh. And you can tell this is it's a hollow laugh. It's more of just exasperation turned into humor. You have no idea what he is.
He does.
As Ronan goes over to where William was and starts drinking ale. He's confused.
I've never seen the man less confused in my whole life.
God damn.
That's not confusion. That's rage. That's purpose.
He is purpose. He is direction and drive incarnate. Unshakable, unmovable, irrefutable.
When the time comes and we need to find him, we will find him.
You don't find him. He finds you. I didn't know who he was before he came for the child.
Like I said, when the time comes and we need to find him, we will.
Can you find him?
If I need to, yes.
Ghost, go ahead and make an insight check. I'm gonna make your check.
I'm not lying.
Did you?
Oh, I can speak. No, because I can scry on him and I can speak to him through the stone.
You can see him and communicate with him. That's a bit different than finding him.
What is it? What am I? Okay.
I mean, if he believes his own lie.
16.
17.
Definitely, you can see there's a hint of doubt to the words. He mostly believes what he says.
I'll be alright.
One problem at a time. Where did he take you from? And I'm talking to the tiefling now.
I was on the road, almost to the mountains.
Even better question. And this is the one that was impersonating Talon, right?
Yes.
Why were you impersonating this one, Talon, the ambassador for the Lunari?
I needed the child.
For what?
He is one of us.
And were you taking him to this location that was spoken of?
I was taking him where he would be safe.
So the location that was spoken of with the rest of the cursed children. Correct.
Doesn't respond.
Ozzy was one of you. Look what he did to you.
He is pushing our lives forward.
I don't think he cares about your lives.
He is the only one that cares. He understands the bigger picture.
What's the seating arrangement in this room right now?
Whatever you would like it to be, you have him chained and bound.
Okay. How close is Ghost to him?
Ghost, how close do you want to be?
Me?
How close is
3-4 feet
Cephalopod to him?
Cephalopod, how close do you want to be?
I came in with him. I'll probably be like closer to the where we came in.
So, because I've pictured me and Cephalopod like standing side by side in front of
Yeah.
the front door.
Like we came in and then he called the meeting.
Okay.
Brenda, where are you at? You're by the door in the
I'm-
bedroom.
I'm gonna be by the door again because I'm
the
not
front door?
getting surprised again.
Okay.
We can't be surprised.
Okay, we were surprised earlier, even though we can't be
Ambushed?
surprised.
I am going to walk towards the tiefling. And I'm going to try something different this time.
Okay.
Instead of my normal methods of beating the dog shit down leg, I'm going to walk over and grab his shoulder. Yeah, do the dad thing. If there's anybody in this group that wants to make sure that Kazia does the right thing, it's me. If these children are in a safe location and Kazia found out about it, would he go get these children?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. 14.
He kind of tilts his head your direction just a little bit. He's the one who will keep them safe.
He will keep them safe. I thought they were already safe.
And now he turns to you, Talon. Seemingly not necessarily able to see, but able to feel you. You found the boy in a city. Was he happy there?
He was not.
No, he was ridiculed, beaten down, left out in the street as trash. That's what you did to him.
No,
Kazia will keep him safe.
we were taking him to the Lenari where he would be treated as Kazia was treated when Kazia was there with us.
And how well he was treated by the rest of your kind. Not as if he was stared at in the streets or made to feel like a lesser monster.
Can you plug this in?
Didn't he swear vengeance on somebody he thought destroyed his entire family?
He did. Or he did.
The boy would never have been safe with your little forest tribe. Now he is safe.
Kazi wants to save the children of him. Why did he do this to you?
Because Kazia understands how you and your kind speak. You don't use words or emotion. You use strength. He understands that in order to make people safe, you must acquire power. And to that end, I gave my eyes.
Gave your eyes. He didn't take them.
He accepted them.
Well, perhaps he coerced you into giving your own eyes.
People serve other beings with far less proof and far less hope than I have for him.
So what says Kazuya doesn't need the rest of the children's eyes?
If he does, to achieve the ultimate end.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the game plan here. I don't understand. What's the end? What could he possibly do?
Oh, you will see. And it will be marvelous.
All of this is to save the children with the red eyes. Everything Kazi is doing, right?
It is to... This is an interesting question.
It's a well-crafted question.
It is a well-crafted... Well, it's a question with a well-crafted answer. This has to be crafted. This is all to put things back in place.
So he's either trying to use these children maliciously on purpose, and that's been part of his plan all along, despite his claim to want to help them, or he's an idiot.
And tell me, how wise was your most recent king? How wise was your most recent king? He was seduced and killed by a shapeshifter.
Not wise. Not at all.
2 months after his wife died.
Super wise. See, my theory is all of you are just pawns in his game. He doesn't care about the children, he doesn't care about you. That's why he took your eyes. You're nothing.
That's what I just
You're useless. And the children are useless. He just needs their power.
Funny thing about pawns,
They die?
they are vital to victory in any game of chess.
Right. Yet they're still sacrificed.
Sacrifices must be made.
But to what end?
The ultimate end.
Kazuya isn't a great. It's clear. He's been traumatized in some way or other. It's like,
As we all were.
if you were such a willing prisoner, willing to give him your eyes, why did he beat the ever-living shit out of him?
Pain is a necessary part of life. And only with life freely given is power achieved.
It's a cult.
It's coming from the people who have been tormenting us with only through death can life evolve for like 3 years.
It's not a cult, that's a cult. That's pretty much a cult. Kool-Aid's good.
We've all got matching outfits.
Everybody put your white jumpsuits on.
The jumpsuits were black, the shoes were white.
Thank you.
They were white Nikes.
I'll tell you what I think. I think Kazuya wants to make people hurt. Because he is self-concerned. I don't think he cares about you. I don't think he cares about children. I don't think he cares about you. He's past this now. The marks on him are evident of that.
Who was he talking to?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Who was Kazuya talking to?
When?
All the time you were with him, who did he speak to?
Make another persuasion check, this time with advantage.
No, not that one. 17.
Mostly he spoke to himself.
Out loud.
Yes.
Did it sound like a back and forth conversation?
It was.
Did he ever say a name?
He said a great many names.
Was Delta one of them?
Delta was one among many, yes.
I released my hand from his shoulder. Okay. And what was your name?
I don't understand.
What is your name?
I never had a name. I only ever knew the darkness. And then eventually there was light. From that time on, I was merely a child.
Does he still look really beat to shit?
More scarred than beat to shit.
Well, either way, thank you for your cooperation.
You say that like I had a choice in it.
Well,
Gave him our eyes. You had a choice, right?
He felt he owed you.
well, I guess we'll consider this debt almost paid then, won't we?
Your debt would need several reams of paper and a year or two of transcriptions.
Well, I guess that means time is of the essence, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Ron's hand is now started to caress the hilt of his blade. He starts to pull it out.
As he begins to pull out the blade, you guys see the familiar flash of moonlight come from the blade.
And I hold it there for a second. And then I sheath it again. Rest well, nameless one. And we'll make his way to the door and step outside for a second.
Okay?
What's your passive perception?
18.
I assume you. What's your guys's?
12.
15.
Okay, so you all would have seen. Once he took out the Moonblade, Talon had been just sitting, listening to this conversation happen. He has the blindfold off now, and once the Moonblade came out and that moonlight from the blade shone, it was like a switch got flicked, and his eyes went the same color of the blade. And
White?
he's just been like this 1,000-yard stare ever since it happened.
So glowy.
Yeah,
Did whenever you put the blade back?
did not stop.
Has he done that before?
Alan, are you okay?
I don't.
No response.
Alan. And say fuck it and cast detect thoughts because I'm curious on what's going on.
I'm in his head. Your head. Your head.
There's
What
nothing
is it?
in this head.
It's
a
you're,
wisdom
you're
saving throw.
succeeding. It's a wisdom 15 wisdom saving.
Oh,
Yeah, the
maybe,
druid.
maybe not.
Yeah.
It's no, there's something going on in your head, cephalopod. It's just a Goliath catching butterflies with a net. Right.
It's like that fucking cutscene from a pyro.
14.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
So on the first one, it's just surface thoughts, like an idea, like maybe your general feelings.
You get the sense that he's communicating with someone, but you don't know who.
I'm not gonna go any deeper.
Okay.
He's communicating with someone or something.
I'm gonna snap in front of his eyes a couple times.
No response.
I look at you.
That's all I got.
Yes, let's snap our eyes in front of the blind guy.
That's all I got.
Did I miss something? Did you say you
Yeah,
did something?
I looked at the tiefling to see if there's anything weird about him.
Moon goddess?
No.
Maybe. Isn't his sword connected to them?
Something like that. Any of them didn't follow religion.
Or astrology.
Nope. Not my. Not my.
What kind of check is astrology? Maybe I'm good at that.
Nature.
I didn't pay attention in religion class.
Nope.
It's a really low DC. If you want to roll for it.
Sure.
I would like to too.
I'd like
Okay.
Good nature.
Or religion. Either one would work.
Religion?
Or nature, whichever you want.
Nature's better. Shit. 11.
14.
Oh, 16.
Look at that. A 16 on the die.
She nat 20s to get to 16.
You three do know that there are 4 moons in
my-
Terraton,
Yeah.
Okay, and a goddess for each.
and likely to be goddess for each.
Right. And they're
And
different
then
colors.
Cephalopod, you two, Cephalopod and Grendel, you guys would know that actually, when the moon was still whole, it was under a different goddess.
So there was a whole moon, and there was only one.
Yes.
And then it broke up into 4 pieces, so now there's 4
And above
moons.
table, Talon is a circle of the moon druid.
It's all coming together now.
I just had a light bulb that turned on.
What color?
That happened for me as soon as the
What color
moon
has
sword
Sauron's
in.
eyes been? It's been red. It's been blue. Purple.
Mm.
It has.
I think he's only seen the purple, but yeah.
Interesting.
What kind of moon is that right now? I'm gonna look out the window.
The one that broke
Currently-
in was the white one.
Yes.
So-
Currently, the red moon is half full. The blue moon is almost new. There's a small sliver left. The purple moon was recently full, but now is small sliver. It's missing, so it's waning. And then the green moon is nearly full.
There's 5 moons.
4.
4.
There was one.
Women.
Now there's 4.
You usually don't.
Okay, and all the 4 pieces of the one?
They were once
Okay,
pieces of
with
one.
one.
Okay.
Yes, the moon was run by a loon, who was the goddess of the moon and of the night. And then something happened at some point, and now it is her 4 daughters, who are the deities of the moon.
Okay. But we don't know what broke the moon.
And then when the
Okay.
4 daughters form their moon bot, they become Elune.
Nope,
Mega
not the
Moon.
way that works. Not our powers combined. since we're joking and laughing about things, it's worth mentioning earlier, Grendel, whenever you said you weren't going to delve any deeper into Talon's thoughts, my first thought was just the tip.
See, it's infectious.
I didn't say it, though.
But it's infectious. You thought about it.
So it's red.
Grendel does
green,
not have infections.
Blue, purple.
Okay.
blue, purple.
And Rowan has spoken to every one of these deities.
Right, because that's his thing. That's not necessarily his thing.
So your moon controls his eyes.
I have no idea what's going on with his eyes. I really don't. We talked
Can I
about
do an
it.
insight check?
Are you asking in character?
Oh, Ron is not even in the room.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening
Oh,
with
that's
Talon.
right. He went outside.
Don't remember the names of the other one.
I'm gonna just wait until he is not glowy eyed.
Okay.
Not going to run it.
You walk outside, you see Rowan standing there.
Ronan!
Dinner's ready.
Talon's being weird again.
Sums up 90% of this. Somebody's being weird.
Are you just standing outside
Yeah,
the door?
I'm just standing outside the door on
Cigarette
the
break.
porch. What? Yeah, I need a smoke break.
I'll just open the door. Get in here.
And I will immediately come inside.
I literally just pointed his head. What the hell is that?
And I'll kind of like creep around Talon. I just, to the whole group. Come here, come here.
Blade out. That started.
Talon.
It doesn't work. I tried that.
Okay, good.
Try that.
This started in the Goblin Caves. One night he was just asleep, and then his eyes, they were like a fire red.
What are your hands doing right now?
I am stone
Jazz
still
hands?
right now. Yeah.
They're just fucking doing the hero evil.
yeah.
The Goblin Caves, they were like a fiery red.
Mm-hmm.
Then another time they were a blue.
Those are the only two I.
What color were they this time?
They're
White.
white now.
White. Oh, but we don't have a white moon anymore.
No.
There was a time that just for a moment they were purple. But I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, green will probably be next.
That's my theory. I don't know what would have caused it. When did this?
When you took your moonblade out. When the moonlight hit him.
I'm gonna reach for the hilt of the blade and pull the sword out.
Pull the blade out.
I will walk it over to Talon. And I don't know what his hand is doing, but I'm gonna put the hilt of the blade in his hand. Does it do anything?
You're not. Are you directly touching him?
Yeah. Like I am like this, hand, blade.
So you actually like touched him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would like, it's almost like you're catching the end of a conversation, and you hear Talon's voice with an echo of someone very, very familiar to you, but on the spot you can't exactly place it. And you hear the sentences, "If you go looking for the light, you can often find it. But if you go looking for the darkness, it is all you will ever see." then once you hear the end of that, you and Talon both come back. Eyes no longer radiating the light. But Talon doesn't seem like he realizes that time just went by or that anything happened. Ronan, I think you dropped this.
I'm still holding onto your arm, and I remove the hilt. And I resheath the blade.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Wouldn't I be?
I let go of his arm.
Your eyes lit up. And not in the romantic, I like to stare in them way, like actual nightlight style.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually kind of scary. Scary, right?
It's a little freaky when it's not behind the blindfold.
All right, I forgot I took that off.
But this time it wasn't like the last time that happened.
There was a last time.
Yeah,
Times, sounds like.
been a few times. Who were you speaking with?
Know that I was speaking with anybody.
Okay.
Grendel seems to be under the impression you were.
When I touched you, I got what feels like an end of a conversation. Something about light and darkness. Seeking light, find light, looking for darkness is all we'll see.
I mean, I was thinking about speaking about something to somebody. But you're under the impression that I did?
Yes. What do you mean Talon says he was talking, or Grendel said he was talking to somebody?
Oh, he did the mind
The mind
thoughts
thing?
I touched the surface of your mind to see what was going on.
Apparently you were out for a few minutes.
Okay.
What's the last thing you remember seeing?
Well,
Hold on.
do you want me to answer that literally? Or?
Oh shit.
Did you feel me pull out the Moonblade?
Felt a little bit of a rush, but
And when you felt the rush, then what?
you put the blade in my hand. Or dropped it, or...
Okay.
You didn't feel the space of time between when he pulled out the blade and when he put the blade in your hand?
No, I figured maybe I just zoned out. Been tending to do that a lot lately, admittedly.
That was roughly 5 minutes between that Ronan was
Thereabouts.
outside? Okay. I don't think that's good.
No.
Okay.
So, Talon, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. When you've started zoning out recently, your eyes have changed colors. First it was red, then a blue, then a purple, and now white. And not like dull milky white. No, this was a
Moonlight.
moonlight white.
Okay.
And you recall nothing when you zone out.
I mean, it's me zoning out. Sometimes I'm thinking about one thing or thinking about the other, or...
Can I roll to see if I know what the familiar voice was?
Yeah. I'll let the DM decide to check on that.
Let's call it insight.
Oh. 10.
Can't quite place it. You know you've heard it at least once before, but just
Was it male or female?
Male or female? Is it a him?
Female voice.
Okay, female voice.
Are you sure?
does the voice identify as female?
Was it a? I almost said him, he, or she, her. She, her. Is that
She,
what-
her would
she,
be.
her. Yeah.
He, him, or she, her.
Are they them?
Or they, them. Or
Or
she,
he,
them.
them.
Or he, them.
I don't know what you're talking about. It literally sound like you're having it.
Hey, my mom had one of those.
Oh.
It was a female voice. Okay.
Start crossing off the list here.
Maybe it was one of the moon goddesses.
It's always a possibility.
And each time his eyes light up, whatever color it is whatever moon goddess he's talking to.
Have you recently spoken to any of the moon
Well, he
goddesses
doesn't
or
know.
prayed?
I mean, I've spoken to them, but they've never spoken back.
Okay. Well, maybe they're speaking back now. This doesn't have to be necessarily a horrible thing. You're not getting up and, hurting people or anything, so that's a plus.
You speak to them, right?
Yeah, speak. At least once a day. I'm going to ask. Thank you, Ghost. That's a great idea. It's like we're finishing each other's.
Sandwiches. I hate that myself for doing that more than you hate me for doing that.
DM.
You can't hate me as much as I hate myself.
DM, is it awful to kill your party members, or does that, would that ruin the team dynamic?
Do you want to fight both
There
of us
might
at
be some
once?
trust issues.
No, not at
Bad
once.
idea.
Not at once. No, I'm not.
That's a really bad idea.
Ron is a crafty hunter. He's not fighting you both at once.
Left hook. Discombobulate.
Want me to
Psychological recovery. Unlikely.
And after that, discombobulate.
I think it's been a very long day. I think we should all call it a night.
It's only 7:30.
My bedtime.
That sounds great.
And then Ron is just gonna go stand back outside.
Okay. Is everybody else doing anything before bed?
I know.
I got to watch it.
We should have a watch.
Do I have any poison or anything?
You're gonna
Take-
poison him so he can't go run away.
I'm just checking. You never know.
We should also keep an eye on the door.
Yeah. I do have a potion and death saving.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about this chime thing. Okay.
Why do you guys give stuff to the Goliath?
And the gauntlet that I helped you scrape skin out of.
I don't have that.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
It's not an item in your.
Yeah, you don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
You haven't had it
You
identified.
don't know what the bow is yet.
I don't.
I slave for those items.
So are you taking first watch then, Ghost?
I guess. You all really need sleep. I can take the entire watch.
No, we should all take shifts.
I've been saving.
I can take second watch.
I'll take third.
You're the one we're watching.
No, we're watching the tiefling.
I thought we were watching both of them.
I'm watching both of them.
I was planning on watching both of them.
It's like whenever we're watching Reggie, I will take last watch. Reggie, no.
What happened here? Reggie's just covered in blood.
Fire.
Greg was the last person in the room.
I don't know. You guys are Nazis, man.
Now Greg is everywhere.
Now Greg is the room. All right. Perception checks from everybody. Take a watch.
Are you sure you can remain yourself on watch?
I mean, as far as I know, I was always myself.
That's what scares me.
Someone could help take watch with me.
I will.
Okay.
Using that dice.
We've been attacked twice when I take watch. I'm not taking watch right now. So, we just been attacked twice. I'm just gonna bow out of this one.
21.
21,
17.
17,
14.
14,
26.
26. All right. Well, before we get into that, we're actually going to go ahead and take a quick break.
It's cool. I don't interrogate too
Everybody home, nobody go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Get hired to help guide the party.
And welcome back. So, first watch, Ghost, you and Talon, I believe.
Talon's on third.
I think I was on third.
It's
Is
just
anybody with Ghost, or was it just Ghost?
It's just
Just
Ghost.
Ghost? Okay.
Ronan's outside.
Welcome to why you shouldn't go to break right before you fucking do watch.
I don't remember what I rolled.
I remember what you were.
Okay, cool.
So, you and the Tiefling are alone.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
What would you like to do?
Is he trying to sleep?
Kind of hard to tell behind the blindfold with no eyes. He's slumped over.
Walk up to him. Kick him in the shins. Move gently. Get up.
And he's slowly and laboriously kind of has to use his head to like push against the wall to stand up.
Went to have a little chat, you and I.
We just had one. It was perfectly delightful.
Group had one. Now you're
Oh, joy.
Where's Kazuya?
I don't know.
I punch him.
He accepts the hit in full.
Where is Kazuya going?
I don't know.
I take out my claws. Gently do this. Please don't make me hurt you.
As you do, he actually pushes into your claws, and you feel them puncture skin and flesh.
He's one of those.
Ah!
You can do whatever you want. I don't know.
What do you know?
Some things.
What does he plan for the children?
He wants to right their wrongs.
So being alive? Or being born the way they are?
They have suffered greatly.
As he has.
He wishes to right that wrong
By inflicting his pain on others.
by setting things as they ought to be.
How is he going to accomplish this? Is he going to kill everyone in the world?
You can't rule over nothing.
So he intends to rule.
He hopes to rule.
So he's not competent in it.
He's not sure of you guys' group.
Well, I don't know much about it.
I know your friend drew his blade on him when they spoke.
Probably because of what happened to you.
Your friend has no reason to worry about my health, my happiness.
It's not your health he cares about. It's Kazuya's mental health, I think.
That was in jeopardy long before I came about.
You're probably right about that. What else can you tell me of our haunted friend?
I can tell you he's a lot stronger than you think he is.
I don't doubt that. I meant, what's his mind like?
I can't even begin to fathom that.
You were with him for a time, right? At least long enough for him to bring you here.
Can you explain the mind of a god?
He is not a god.
No, but his mind is beyond understanding.
But to see beyond the reason.
His reasoning is more sound than anyone I've ever known. I killed the black bolt.
The reasoning is that of a child. A child who has been abused.
I've
Finally has
known
power to lash out against others.
a lot of abused children. Some of them were sound. Most of them weren't. He reasons better than any of them. Kazuya understands the way the world works. He understands your lords and their politics and their manners. I never could grasp the handle on it. Not that I had much chance.
You had just as much chance as he did.
I most certainly did not.
Perhaps.
You've been touched by darkness. I
You can see
lived.
that in the canyon.
What a dick.
I've seen things.
I knew nothing but darkness until my 28th year. And then I met Kazuya.
That was short living, isn't it?
It was very limited.
Kazuya showed you the light, so to speak. Opened your eyes to the truth.
No, quite literally. I mean, it was dark. There was a light.
Don't follow that.
Not sure how much plainer I could make
Did you
it.
live in a hole?
No, it wasn't a hole, exactly. It was a very dark place. That's where they put all of us.
Where's that?
I don't know.
How do you not know you were taken from there? Surely you saw the way you left.
There was a lot to look at. I didn't exactly have a reference.
You must have gone through the city at some point.
There was one city. It was a long way from here.
What did it look like?
Very sturdy buildings, mostly comprised of stone. It's near a river. I liked the river.
Not this stone city next to a river?
One of ours was there.
Another child? Or another adult?
Whatever child it was, you were all worried about.
The one Kazuya took.
Yeah, that's the one.
See any sigils in this place? Any banners? You know who ruled this city?
Lots of sigils and letters,
Colors?
many colors too.
And flags?
Few flags.
One larger flag? One flag that stood above the rest?
Yes.
What flag? What does it look like?
Picture a big tower on it.
So he's looking for more children, right? What's he planning on keeping them all?
Well, they'll be safe.
The same place they've been safe?
Same place many of them have been safe.
You know we can't let him go through with it. But
You know you can't stop him.
I think you underestimate us.
I think you overestimate your own abilities, and especially your own cleverness.
I think you overestimate Kazuya's ability to keep his mind in check.
Why should it be kept in check?
Because if it's not, it doesn't have the connection.
He has far more conviction than anyone I've ever met.
Let's see.
I have.
I don't know what they're planning on doing with you. But I can tell you one thing. Getting more children could hurt. Kazuya did to you. He takes the real worries from me. See, I don't really care what happens to you. You've already impersonated a friend of mine who caused us a great deal of trouble. But the problem. Innocent blood being spilled.
So do I. And you hear this is actually the firmest he's ever spoken.
Go on. What else are you going to say? Because you're not innocent.
I don't care about. I'm not talking about myself. The children are innocent. They need to be kept safe from you.
You need to be left alone.
They need to be kept safe. They were slaughtered en masse by many people. Kazi will make sure that never happens again.
Kazi is going to check with the weapons. And he's going to get them over here.
Better dead than captured.
Like I said, that happens will happen. But if there's anything else that you can tell me that will keep them from being hurt or used in the way that they should be used, you should tell me that. Because if I find out you withheld it, well, and then
That I doubt. You've been touched by darkness, molded of yourself to it. It's been getting worse.
that's day after day. Keep it.
For now. The most I'll tell you is this. Your lords, and the power they see fit to wield, do not understand what they rule.
That's cryptic.
And poignant.
No. I don't put much faith in the lords. Or presumptive gods.
A biography over there.
No, just all the session notes. I was too caught up in the first half.
That's everything you have to tell me.
It
Go
is.
back to sleep. You'll need the rest.
Oh, goody. You see him just sit where he is, doesn't even attempt to head back inside. Alright, second watch.
Hold on. While all this is happening, Ronan is looking for somewhere on Williams' property where he can. Does he have like a backyard?
It's very small. It's not so much a backyard. There's like kind of a small courtyard that opens up to a section of many houses.
Okay, then he will be in the courtyard with his blade out,
Okay.
just training.
Okay.
Just training. Footwork and all.
All right. Second watch, I believe, was cephalopod.
Mm-hmm.
And you're keeping an eye on both Talon and the Tiefling?
Mm-hmm.
On both sleeping, presumably peacefully. Your watch passes without incident. Ronan, at this point, are you heading to bed or are you continuing?
Yeah, I'm heading to bed.
Okay. Grendel and Talon. So it comes to the very, very, very early hours of the morning. Cephalopod comes and wakes you guys for your shift. Talon, at this point, you already have had your 4 hours required for your sleep. Because Quarry. Casting psionic components over there.
No, sorry.
So, as you guys kind of head down, take a look around, make sure everything's okay. We see the tiefling by the back door, leaning up against the building.
Still bleeding.
There are some claw marks on the cheek. Use your imaginations to determine which cheek. Stealthy.
Only in the game.
I don't know if you guys wanted to do anything or have a moment where you talk to each other, or if you just want to keep watch, it's up to you.
Want to be, fairly quiet. I don't think he would really bring up much unless Brendel wanted to talk.
Grendel is not much of a morning person. He's just try to stay awake and do a good job at keeping watch. Small talk.
Okay. Do so fairly successfully. You do hear that the early part of the town begins to rise up. Go about their shifts. The rest of your watch goes without incident. Everyone, you achieve the effects of a long rest. Any spell slots are restored to you. Any health that you lost is brought back. Half your hit dice are restored. All that fun stuff.
I'm going to switch out my spells.
All right. So you guys watch as Ronan kneels down and begins to pray.
He said it begins to rain.
Pray.
Pray. I will do that as well. Six.
All right.
Also, it's a new day, DM.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit!
Any of you that have cards,
That's
please
the
return them.
longest day ever.
Yeah, it was a long day.
I don't think any of us have.
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
all
no.
used them for something stupid.
Talon? Ronan. Oops. Grendel. Sally. Ghost. That was not a happy face. Alright. Where's my chart? killed my chart? Where'd they put my chart? That's not very nice. Anyway, as you guys rise in the morning, you can see that it is a heavily cloudy day, not raining yet, but definitely the sun is behind a thick layer of gray clouds. Looks a little gloomy.
I'm gonna head over to the old district.
Okay.
Let everyone know that I'm heading over there to try to find a new fancy shield.
Okay.
Anyone wants to join?
I'll join you.
Sure, I'll go.
Alright. Ronan, Ghost, are you guys gonna go?
I'm staying with the tiefling.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Totally up to you guys. Heading down, you guys make your way through the different aspects of the city, and you can see that obviously, whereas the town of Capare was mostly focused on gems and the selling thereof and the kind of cleaning and restoring process, this is a militaristic town. There are guard patrols everywhere. There are training grounds. You can see shops and places that are set up to maintain guns and swords, which are heavily utilized by the military presence in the Grognak Range. Like, this place is a militarized town. Soldiers are the norm, and while there are still a great number of civilians, this place is like basically the Fort Knox of anywhere you come across thus far. And kind of, well, you didn't really get a huge look at it while you were traveling yesterday. Kind of coming up against the city wall, you can see it is actually 7 foot thick. And you can tell it's comprised of multiple layers of brick. So this thing's like, this is meant to keep a lot out. And you can tell they probably had to fight off a lot of stuff. The old district is a relatively busy market. And you can see that this is comprised... it's still heavily weapons focused. In fact, this is probably the most weapon focused town you guys have ever been into, as opposed to even like the tower, which had a heavy mixture of, let's say, eccentricities. This place is straight up swords, guns, shields, all of that stuff. It takes you a little while, though, to locate somebody that might be able to deal in magic or enchantments. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. In fact, both of you can go ahead and make one, since you're with him, Sally. Let's have a look up. And then, I don't know, yeah, Talon, you're there too. You can make one
You
as well.
said
if you'd like.
investigation.
Yes.
25.
25.
12.
12.
No, it's like 4.
Grendel, being on the watch out, you very quickly managed to actually locate somebody you think could probably deal in enchantments and appears to be selling armor and shields. Talon and Cephalopod, you guys are... Cephalopod, you're distracted by being in a huge town like this. I mean, you thought you'd seen big towns. This is fucking huge. Like, if this place were full of Goliaths, this would be an unstoppable force. You could, like, just take over the entire mountain range if this was all Goliaths.
No more stupid goblins.
No more stupid goblins. Alright. So, eventually, you find a shop called the Battering Ram. As I said, you can see that there are several pieces of armor, and you get the sense maybe a few of these have some enchantments inlaid into them as well.
Okay.
As you walk in, there is an elderly dwarf woman, has long, slick-back gray hair. It's almost touching the floor, and you can see she's kind of covered in just different bits of gem dust. You can see specks of ruby and bits of emerald and sapphire, just covering a large, thick apron.
I don't have my mask on, knowing that people kind of are perturbed by it. I'm gonna get my notepad out, and I would have already pre-written. I'm looking for a shield with extra qualities to it.
As you put down this notepad in front of her, she stops, pulls out a pair of glasses that have like the ocular lenses you can flip down.
Like the collector from Toy Story?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You can't rush great. The shield lieutenant. Ah, yes, well, we can certainly help you there. Tell me, how do you normally fight?
And I show her my shield.
Right. I understand, but follow me. She kind of leads you into the back where you can see that there are several shields, but eventually she kind of leads you to the end. You can see ones that are clearly a little more high-end and that have some more detailing put into them, each inlaid with a large gemstone in the center of it. And she kind of takes you around and points them out. Let's see. This one's actually not half bad. She pulls out a shield that has a giant purple gem inlaid into the front of it. This one, it's actually meant to help you be a little bit quicker on the uptake and helps you see things just a little bit better from a distance.
I write on a notepad. I'd like to see all of them before.
Okay. She carries you a little bit further down. This one not only helps provide a little bit of additional protection for you, but also for your allies. She hands you one that has a large sapphire imprinted in the front of it. That needs to be a little bit close to you for it to work properly. I haven't quite found a way to extend the range yet, but if two people are standing beside you, you would be able to increase their defenses as well. Let's see. Finally, this one, perhaps not the most exciting thing, but this does offer an increased level of protection. It shows you one that has a giant ruby inlaid in the center of it.
I write down how much.
Whoops, wrong one. Come on, work with me here, D&D. Come on, please.
Oh, I do.
I know I just had this word. Where's the thing for magic item cost? Oh my gosh. There it is. It would be under costs. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay.
How much gold as a group do we have?
I don't know. Nobody keeps track of everybody. So
Okay, so
you guys all do gold individually.
I have a thing to keep track if we wanted to start doing that.
I asked you guys that like campaign or session 2. And you guys are like, nah, we'll all take care of our own gold.
We also haven't sold a bunch of our stuff yet.
But
so-
Yeah,
you
we
guys do
have
have
a
a
whole
lot.
chandelier.
You guys have a lot of shit on you right now.
I have an entire section for party funds.
Okay.
We want to keep track. I can do that fairly easily.
Well, let's see. The shield that would offer an increased level of protection, that would be at least 2,200 gold pieces. Golden lines, I should say. It's a rather unique piece, and I'm quite proud of it. Let's see. The one that would offer protection to your allies, that one's a little bit more complicated, actually. There's some additional feats to it. So I would say at least 3,500 for that one. Finally, the other one. So double checking if there's anything I don't think it does. Yes. Finally, the last one, it's a little easier to work with, honestly, but it does its job. So for that, let's say 300 golden lines.
That's the +1 one?
That one is the Sentinel Shield, which gives you advantage to initiative checks and perception checks. Same level of protection, but
Okay. I'll go with that one and hand over 300.
just smiles right. Pleasure doing business with you. Anything else I can get you lot today? Perhaps you could use some armor, sir.
I don't think so. I'm alright.
But
What would it cost to make this hurt more when I hit people with it? And I put my bar stool in front of her.
right. Well, this is certainly a rather unique, very fine piece of weaponry. Weaponry isn't exactly my area of expertise. You have to find somebody who's a little bit more skilled in.
It's magic.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what this is? And I'll put the gauntlet in front of her.
Let's see, this is unique. Give me a few minutes, please. And you see her begin whispering a few arcane words and passing a hand over it as she casts Identify on it. And now I have to go to my creations to find the fucking thing. Do. Because I named it and I can't remember what I named it.
I have 10 broken salamander teeth.
Yeah, because you ripped them out of the head, not not carefully in any way.
Do salamanders even have teeth?
Yeah, that one did. Nope, that's the other thing. Oh, there it is. So, if you want to add it to your equipment, it is called the Wolf's Claw.
Okay.
Let's see here. It looks like this is actually a rather unique piece of item. You haven't worn it, have you?
No, not yet. I wanted to make sure it was safe before either myself or my friends put it on.
Good choice. It does appear that it is a item that has a curse placed on it. It tends to fuse, the inside fuses to any organic material that it has time to touch to and kind of seal itself against. So, probably for the best you didn't wear it. It is a rather unique item, though. It can poison things and appears to actually have a retracting ability in the claws that could help you climb. But of course, like I say, it comes with the effect of being fused to your arm.
Okay. And where did you say I could go to find out about making my...
You have to
tool
find a
stronger?
very skilled smith to help increase that. Have to be somebody that already knew quite a lot of magic. There are a few smiths that would perhaps be able to handle that more towards Nyanetta. And most certainly in Sapphire Shores, there are many smiths that deal in that particular type of magic. If you were going even further west, though, perhaps the Tower might have somebody that could specialize in that.
Oh, we're headed to the tower, so that's perfect.
Well, while you're there, then you could certainly find somebody that should be able to help you with this.
Thank you.
Anything else I could help you with today?
Before I leave, would you be interested in either of these? And I'll hold out both the Charm of Plant Command and the Wand of Wonder.
I confess, these are very unique pieces. I'm afraid I wouldn't have much use for them personally. There are a few people in town who sell some relatively simpler magic items that they might have some interest.
Okay. I appreciate the information. I'll hold on to them a bit longer.
I'll wait. I'll show her my old shield and I gesture it to her if she wants it.
This is she kind of looks at this is scrap metal. I could give you a few silver pieces for it. She hands you 4 silver pieces.
What happened to your shield?
It's been battered to fuck over the
It's the same shield I've had this whole campaign.
It's not magical in any way.
4 silver.
Yep.
DM, what's the temperature outside?
This area is generally a little bit balmier. Definitely balmier than the mountains. So it's a good low 80s.
Did we leave the store yet?
Unless there's anything else you guys want to do in the store.
How much would an item like this claw go for if I were looking to sell it?
It is rather a unique piece. Of course, depends on the buyer, of course, but I would say if it were properly cleaned and repaired, you could get maybe a couple thousand gold pieces for it.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Remember, if you have any need for protection, come back to the battering ram.
Give her a thumbs up.
Okay.
Couple thousand gold pieces. Okay.
While they're doing that, Ronan will find Ghost in the house if he is visible.
I'm around.
Okay. Are you around? Are you?
I'm around.
Okay.
I'm around. I'm not hiding.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking.
Ghost? Yes.
You can see that Ronan has actually all his armor off. And just has his undershirt. It's probably the first time you've seen him without any of his armor, like all his armor completely off. Yeah. And you can see that he has scars that run all up and down his arms and some under his shoulders and ribs. Ghost, do you have some free time?
Nothing but time. Did you add like 3?
Hey guys, she just made a fortune on Google.
Apparently, I learned how to
It wouldn't
duplicate.
add, so I just kept
Magic.
hitting ads.
Oh my god. Apparently, I found 50 wolf claws.
Good news, guys. We're rich. I'll just build a new bar.
Good. It begins. Would you like to step outside and train with me?
Sure. No weapons or
He hands you a pair of wooden sticks.
what am I supposed to do?
Step outside with me then.
Do I need to?
No, not if you choose not to. It's just, it's particularly warm outside. Then sure.
That Ghost, after being in the mountains, you prefer this.
Yeah. Actually, I'd probably take off my. Yeah, no, you're right. I'd just take off my armor.
Okay.
I'd leave my boots on and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Perhaps,
my like anklets. I'd take off my cloak and stuff.
He removes the pale cloak and his leather armor. Okay.
I've noticed you are extremely talented with your crossbow.
Preferred weapon.
How about your more martial weapons, your daggers and swords, your...
I had some skill with
Okay.
a few of those.
How would you like to be well-rounded in all?
Can't hurt.
You are dangerous with your speed right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there may be a time where speed won't help you. And your crossbow may not be the desired weapon of that moment.
Okay.
I think you could be an astounding warrior.
Particular about the close and personal.
With your with your speed in the dark, you could be deadly.
I prefer if my enemies don't see me.
Won't matter.
And don't know that I was there before it's too late.
It won't matter either way. They'll never see you coming. And so you see Ronan split his sticks apart. Good. And he looks down and points at your front foot, your right foot. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Right? Left foot back. You want to create a powerful base. And then he uses his right hand on your left hand and puts his stick in the air. It's a fluid motion. Then he taps your left hand. Left hand.
Oh, left. What's my right?
Yes.
What? If my left foot is back, why is my left forward?
If your left foot is back. No, I said right. I'm sorry. So it would be opposite. Yes,
So is
reverse.
my right
Yeah,
foot back or my left?
right foot back.
You're sure you know what you're doing?
Yes. Because I'm looking at myself and not you.
Left foot back with hip foot.
Yes. And so then he pops your stick. Now move forward. Now use your other hand. And he meets your stick again.
This hand.
This hand. So you're left. Because you went right, left.
Left.
Yep. And
Oh, we're doing the arrow thing.
yeah, now you did. You started
Yeah, no, I knew what we were doing.
So you guys do this for about 10 or 15 minutes. And you guys are just dancing along the
Okay, I got it.
line. Yeah. Yep.
It's scream and stick.
Yeah.
Got it.
As this training goes on, you guys continue to push back and forth. Both of you occasionally marking the other. Ghost, there's one point when you manage to catch Ronan in his upper arm. And as you do, the tiefling, who is still chained by the back door, lets out a hollow laugh. You should have moved your feet more.
I hear the tiefling. It's impressive. Did you hear that?
I felt it.
I kind of want to get him in the ring now.
It would be fair.
And what is your weapon of choice? Nameless one.
I am equally skilled with my fists, although I do have a blade.
Not anymore, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What type of blade is it?
Do not know your word for it. Not too dissimilar from your sword.
And you're hiding this blade.
It's around.
Holding my leg?
Do I pick up what he's talking about?
You have an idea.
Why haven't you summoned it yet?
Why would I?
You're not around people that you particularly like.
Oh no, you guys have been very rude so far.
Interesting. And where did you get your blade from?
I've had it for quite some time. I think I made it. Yes, I must have. Long time ago, very dark place.
Can you summon it now?
I could. But let me take that back. I can't do it in these chains.
That's what I was looking for.
But prior to that, yes.
You are an interesting individual.
I take that as a compliment coming from you. Provided you're not going to hunt me.
No, it's just very nice of you to tell us that you have a weapon you can summon upon command.
You never asked.
Didn't know we needed to ask. But thank you for that information. We'll make sure that your future captors know of it.
Did you summon it against Kazuya?
There was no need.
He was a willing participant in designing it. We had a little chat last night. He did that.
When Kazuya gave you over to me, to us, he pulled you out of a pocket dimension.
Yes, very dark place. Felt like a warm blanket.
Why was he keeping you there? Clearly you were no threat to him and you were a willing participant.
He says it is hard enough to move around without too many people staring. Yes, very noticeable eyes. Carrying a bound tiefling without eyes, as you guys have discovered, not a great way to do things.
And he was kind to you after he took your eyes.
He was who he is. You do not ask a leader to be kind. You ask that they lead.
Yo, I forgot to mention, he's under the assumption that Kazi is the rule of this world with the help of the children.
That's a very Kazuya-like thing to do.
Apparently are being held somewhere. Were being held or were imprisoned somewhere. I don't quite remember exactly what we talked about last time. Somewhere near some stone buildings next to a river.
Does any of this sound familiar?
Almost sounds like the tower.
You do recall Michael saying that the children were moved somewhere so that they wouldn't be killed by the villages.
But Michael didn't give me a description of what it was. Got it. Okay.
Kazi had picked him up. First city that you noticed, I believe, what happened to me.
Yeah, the first one I remember.
Flags that had towers on them. Something.
Want to make a history check with advantage.
As I said, we had a lovely conversation.
Natural 20.
You get a flashback and you remember that when you guys were in Humulus Hall, the bannermen for the tower, they had a flag that is a single tower on a green field.
Why did you jump that hard?
Sorry.
So, after exiting the battering ram, is there anything particular you guys would like to do, or are you just going to head back towards the house?
I suppose we'll just head back towards the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to do here.
Actually, I take that back. Would there be any alchemist supplies in the city?
Yeah, you think there's likely to be someone that sells alchemist supplies?
I would like to find.
Do you think we can find someone to buy all this shit that we have?
I
We
think
could do
we're-
that too.
I think that we'd be better off trying to sell it at the tower.
Inspire.
You said the tower earlier.
I did say the tower.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about the magic. I thought you were talking about all the gold. Come on.
Wait,
Like the gold chandelier, and I have.
are the tower and the spire different places?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I see that map of the area we're at? Not the town, the other one.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah, that one.
So the
That's the spire.
There. The
tower
is there.
It's down in the lower left-hand corner.
Across the continent.
Which, now that everybody's looking at it, we'll get to that.
Yes, I. That's what I was peeping earlier.
Yeah, okay.
When I was like looking past Josh,
Oh.
I was looking for the one with the tower on it.
Yo!
Like, yeah,
Where's the tower?
it's a
Yo!
box now.
There was a change in power.
Oh,
I
man.
don't see it at all.
It's the lower
Tower is
left-hand corner.
behind his head.
Oh, okay. I was trying to look at the lower one.
Oh no.
It's a fox.
Yeah, it looks like.
It looks like a T-Rex.
What?
The way it's like.
Yeah, it's a total monster.
It is. It's
It's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
It previously was a blue shield with a silver sword on it.
What was the other place you said that I could probably get my
Sapphire
sword?
Shores, which is the lower western corner.
Which we're closer to. We just have to cross the sea.
Do we have any plans to go there? Sapphire Shores?
I don't know. Do you?
We need to figure out what the plan is when it gets back.
Unclear.
I thought we were chasing the guy that's stealing everybody's eyes.
We have him.
No,
Oh,
no,
Kazuya. No.
that's kind
We'll deal with that. I'll deal
Okay.
with that.
Yeah, you guys have that. You want to find out who'd burned down your bar. There's also the case of a missing body.
There's a missing body?
Mm-hmm.
Whose body's missing?
Land.
units in there.
Oh, I don't know Land, so.
No, you guys got a note.
Here when Lan was here.
You guys got a note about it
Yep.
not too long ago.
That's why I don't remember. Never met Land.
Yeah, never met Lan.
New character who dis.
All right. So the spire is where we can sell the gold
chandelier.
chandelier.
The spire, one of you knew, was responsible for minting gold in Terraton.
Okay. So you wanted to go to an alchemist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve ain't trying to get his ass whooped. What's his goal here?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. With advantage if you'd like, since you have two people with you.
Trying to get his ass whooped.
17.
17. You have to ask around a little bit. It's not the most popular series of supplies sold in Evier Hall, but eventually enough people do know what you're looking for that they point you in the right direction. And it's still in the same district. It's a little bit more western. It's kind of in this area.
Okay.
But eventually, you find a shop labeled Angie's Supplies. And you can smell just from the odor outside, this place is definitely a potioneer shop.
Got it.
It's basically a Yankee Candle is what you've discovered.
Oh
Candle
God.
smells so good.
Yankee Candle's amazing.
Especially the bacon candle.
There's a bacon candle.
I think there's a bacon candle, and I believe there's also Mantown.
Man.
I just go for the
What?
pink sands.
I'm pretty sure there's a candle called Mantown.
Huh.
At least there used to be.
The bacon candle sounds like more my thing. I might have Tori get me one of those and light that motherfucker up when she leaves in the morning. That way I get up to the
I'm
smell
sure
of
they
bacon.
still sell it.
I'm Googling it.
This.
You can get it on eBay.
There you go.
Ooh, or Amazon.
There you go. Anyway,
You cannot get it on Amazon.
no. It's all eBay. Anyway, you find yourself standing outside of Angie's Supplies.
I'll literally just find any kind of reagents or anything to make my own potions.
There are several kits and supplies of that nature.
140 gold worth.
Okay.
So whatever that will buy me.
You head up to the counter with just armful of supplies. Are you just spending 140 gold on as much as you can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll give you a list after session,
Okay, that's fair.
but for a brief summary, you have potion shit.
Okay.
And she just smiles broadly. You can tell this is the most business she's done ever.
Got it.
Nobody's ever this interested. This is amazing. This is okay. Yes, certainly.
Blowing all my money on potion shit.
When he's done, I would go up to her and be like, "Do you have any interest in these?" And put the 10 broken salamander teeth on her counter.
Oh. Kind of picks one up. Wonder if I would mix this with some basilisk venom. Yeah, I can certainly think of some use for these.
I'm gonna
Let's
set
see.
the bag of dreaming dark sand and the ice salamander claw.
Oh, you did pick up some dreaming dark sand. I forgot that you did that.
Yes, it's my inventory. So I'm putting that on the table.
Yeah, you did that.
This potioneer. Hey, this alchemist is coming up today.
Yeah,
She's getting some shit.
she looks
Have one of the rarest materials ever.
kind of looks over it. Not entirely sure what the sand is. I'd have to experiment with that a little bit. But between that, the teeth, and the claw, let's see. I could give you 50 gold for the lot.
Is that a good deal? Should I ask for more? How much more?
Out loud. Should I ask for more?
I telepathically tell you 50 more. In addition.
How about 100 gold?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at those.
Show me the money.
$14.
I'm sorry, I simply can't do that much. Perhaps if the teeth were whole, or I knew what the sand was, but
I write on my notepad, sand from the dreaming dark.
none. That's perfectly interesting. It's not exactly got known uses in potion making. For all I know, you might as well have brought me sand from any beach. But
90 gold.
65,
85.
70, take it or leave it.
Okay.
spits in her palm and holds it out.
What race is this person?
It's a dwarf.
That makes sense.
I should have just loomed over her.
That would have been an intimidation check, which is a whole other well, actually for you, it's not a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's the same score.
You'll get
Okay.
100 gold is what I'm hearing. Little man or little woman.
So we each get 35.
Lass.
Sure.
Okay.
Yo, we
You guys just cutting talent out like that?
Did he put anything in?
No.
I mean, we can split it.
You,
What's 70 divided by
your guys'
3?
gold, you do what you want.
No, I'm fine. I mean, I got other stuff to sell, so.
You just spent 140 gold.
Yeah, but I have magic items to sell, so.
Okay.
Yeah, shockingly, I don't have a list of magic item or magic potion bits what they'll go for, so I will give you a list.
Was it any particular gold or just gold?
Other golden mines.
Okay.
Back behind William's house. What are you guys doing?
I pat Ghost on the shoulder. You'll be better than me in no time. And you may need to be. And I go inside and start getting ready for the day.
Okay. William has already left. And you see Michael is kind of just sitting at the table in a slight stupor.
Michael, are you all right?
Just things are very difficult right now. Trying to decide what our next move should be.
Well, we need to turn the tiefling in to hopefully clear Talon's name and show proof that there was usage of shape-shifting at the tower.
Sure.
But do you say that as if-
How does, in your mind, how does turning the tiefling improve any of that?
Great point. We'll discuss that with the team when they get back. But why are you here though?
I'm here so I didn't die, mostly.
But your brother was king, correct?
Yes.
So do you not have any claim to?
It's complicated. I was the elder son to our father. Technically, the throne was my birthright until I passed over it. Our father was a capable lord, but not a good father or husband. I wanted something different out of life.
Gotcha.
So the throne went to Marcus. Most directly speaking, his
Worship.
children would have had claim. As he has no living male heirs, technically I am the oldest, or the nearest male blood relative. I doubt that Her Highness will agree to hand over the throne, though.
I'm sorry for your losses.
Thank you. My brother and I didn't see eye to eye on a lot, but they were good kids.
I'm sure we'll get this figured out.
There are a few lords I know from my old days, and there are those who might be sympathetic to your plight. I might get in contact with them. If I have my dates right, I believe Lord Willem was supposed to be in town, but I'm not entirely sure.
If, say, the tower has to be taken back by force, what are the odds?
Depends on your army. It is a heavily fortified area, and it's gotten worse since you've left. Not to mention that they do have the backing of the entire Riviera army. But there are those that are not exactly pleased that Her Grace is in charge of things.
I'll need a list of those people who share our common interest.
Well,
You don't have to give it to me now.
I will tell you at least one. Lord of the Dark Swamps has been the most vocally opposed to Her Grace's regime on power.
Dark swamps.
He actually helped my father clear them out. That's why he was made a lord. He was gifted the swamps when the Alistairs turned out to be traitors. As such, his lordship is not a respected one. He's considered to be too new and too small a kingdom to be the most powerful lord by any stretch of the imagination, but he holds honor and respect in high esteem, and as such, doesn't care for Her Grace. Nor didn't particularly care for my brother during his time either. He thought him too impetuous, too young to rule effectively. But if you're looking for somebody who hates the Queen,
And what was his name?
let me double check that, make sure I don't say the wrong thing. Noble House. I did say the wrong thing, good. That would be Lord Willem Moonstar.
Would it, and the reason that she would want to eliminate him?
I think right now it makes more sense for her to keep peace. Anytime there's a new emergence of power, you don't immediately execute anyone who disagrees with you. Not unless you can frame it in a certain way, and whatever you will say about his kingdom, he is known to be an honorable man, so I don't see her having an easy way to dispose of him publicly.
That's an accident.
Now, that is a whole other conversation, so that might certainly be possible, but as I say, publicly, visibly, she would have a hard time justifying a war, especially considering how small his land is.
Why don't we wait till the others get back? Let's formulate a plan, a solid plan. And then we'll get it started.
In the meantime, I'll go over the other lords that may have grievances with the tower.
I'll see if I can reach out to them.
What is the plan with our friend down in the corner over here?
We'll figure that out when
At this point, he's just laying sideways in the dirt. Oh, please tell me. I've been dying to know.
You're not dying yet.
I don't think we should kill him.
I don't either.
And turning him in does no good for us.
It's not legal. Unfortunately, you can't set them free.
It's not like I've seen your faces.
And then I will wait for our party to get back.
All right. Shopping party. Anything else you guys are doing while you're out and about? This entire session has been you guys being polar opposite ends of the spectrum right now.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
It's been 10 hours in real life in game time.
Well, I guess we'll just head back.
Okay. As you guys are heading back, Talon, you being more audibly acute than the others, do hear faint sounds of shouting coming from Evier Keep to the west.
Like further than Evier Keep?
Sounds like it's coming from the keep.
You think we should check that shouting out over at the keep? Do you guys hear that? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, I hear it. I don't know if we're in the best we don't really have the best relationship with the place here. I don't think we should be running towards the shouting. Where last time something like this happened, we kind of got caught up in it.
That's true.
I would like to not be wanted for murder.
Help! Please, somebody, please! I don't.
Just kind of didn't wake up
We
with
can-
that on my plan.
We can go take a look.
If we helped them, it might clear our name.
Please, they're stabbing us to death.
All right.
Look, this isn't a panicked screaming. This is an angry scream. Just for the record.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll go find out.
White beater.
As you guys follow the sounds, they lead you up towards the front doors of the Avier Keep, which have guard on each side. Don't appear to be barring your way.
Crap, I can't really talk to one of the guards.
I'm the only one that has all 5 of my senses.
You're correct.
Yep.
I have all 5 minutes and
You don't really have
I
taste.
can't speak.
You don't really have taste.
Speak isn't a sense.
The taste is.
I hate when I say dumb things and then I realize I'm
Still
dumb.
have some taste buds.
yeah, they just way back there.
Wait. You don't taste anything until it hits the back of your throat. You're like, oh.
This is gross.
But it's already back there.
Can't go back now.
It's only one way.
Is it now that we're a little bit closer? What kind of angry shouting is this?
You definitely, you guys, you've heard some angry words used in your life. There are some choice insults being thrown out right now, and you definitely can hear it sounds like 2 male voices. That is not a cat fight.
What does it sound like they're saying?
You can definitely hear. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I'd like to as well.
You have advantage.
Can I do the same?
Yes.
10.
10.
26.
You already told me.
Quickly, you two hear
Sorry.
an angry voice shout out. Well, at least I'm not some fucking slummy bootlicker in his suit, turn tail and run. The second anything fucking profitable came across his lap, and you just, it's back and forth, like, just angry levels.
Oh, they're talking that shit. Okay.
Not our problem.
This does not sound like
Doesn't
something
sound
we
like
need to
our
be getting
problem.
involved in.
And then a few moments later, you hear the other voice from oh, I'm like some great fucking traitor who sits spoiled in his fucking muck kingdom all day. Get the fuck out of my hole.
I'm curious at who's getting out of the fucking hall, so I'll step aside.
Are you guys gonna wait and just...
Silent.
Wait
How
for
far
it.
is
There are some
your
massive fucking
psychic
windows you
talking
could
go?
just
What?
look
How
into.
far does your psychic talk
Well,
go?
that 2 of you could look into.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And what?
Are you guys just gonna wait?
Yeah, we're gonna walk away from the keep so we're not like the first thing someone sees. When
You're not just on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
As you guys take a few steps back, you can see the guards are just sweating slightly and very uncomfortable. Eventually the doors bust open, and you see an older gentleman with a very thick mustache, a gold vest, and a purple shirt on. Relatively short white hair, and a sword and not a flask, but what looks like a water gourd at his hip.
Do I know who this individual is?
Make a history check. Flanking him are 2 humans and a turtle, wearing similar colors. Not dressed nearly as regally. One of them is carrying a banner that has a white helm emblazed on a yellow and purple back.
Oh, in the Dark Swamps.
Those are the people that don't like the queen.
Yes.
But we don't know that because we weren't there for that fucking conversation.
16.
16.
Party separation anxieties.
Okay, from the Dark Swamps. What
Behind
is the
him.
family name?
The Moonstars.
Moonstone.
Behind him are his 3 envoy. Behind them stands a very large man. Definitely north of 300 pounds. This big dude.
Does he look like me?
I
Big muscles dude or big
For a split second, I didn't realize you meant your character. And I was like, well, we need to talk about that.
Thank you, Commander.
I identify as a 300-pound man.
Hey, shut the cameras off and we need to have a conversation, man.
This is what we need to have a conversation over.
Yeah.
Nothing else I've said to any of you in the last few months.
No, this is it. 300-pound man, and Mark, you just you're still making holes bigger. I get it now.
Anyway, to answer your question, he is not a muscular man. It is
Fat.
mostly fat.
Gross. Okay.
Blob from
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
He has long white hair, dressed in with a kind of not a crown but a golden wreath, kind of at the edge of his hairline. Pinned to his back is a massive, as tall as he is, red sword. Thicker than your bar stool.
I like big swords and I cannot lie.
Flanking him, you recognize two of the Evier army.
Two of which army?
The Evier army.
Okay.
We're not going to talk to them, so we're going to head back.
That's fine.
Back to the party.
After you guys kind of are sitting there wondering what to do with the tiefling, about half an hour later, the rest of the party enters the house.
Productive morning.
Wow, I almost went right back to Selwyn. Jeez.
Wow.
I jumped away.
Yeah, you did.
Talon's arms are full of potion supplies.
Shopping. Nice.
I show the shield.
Good. I'm waiting for Seth to show us something. Did you buy anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
A slightly less full bag of holding.
It's not slightly less full with all that fucking chandelier in it.
Not much, no. They're very, very small.
open it and scrape off the top.
So,
Talon
This is
just
actually
waddles
closes
through the
now.
door.
Yeah, you can actually seal it properly.
Talon just waddles through the door with all the supplies and he just crashes it down on the table. He's got a big grin on
Probably
his
could have
face.
helped you carry some of that.
Talon's struggling.
Also, Talon rated every level of Mario.
I got a 1-up coin, and I got a star, I got a raccoon tail.
I have two mushrooms, two fire flower,
Yeah, it's a
3 of those.
and a leaf.
A leaf?
Yeah,
A
that's gonna be.
leaf. What does it do? Wanna
You
try
guys
it?
lost me.
Oh, man.
We went too far back.
So I got a blue Koopa shell.
So get that reference.
You suit. I don't know what that's about.
And a bob.
Do you know what they're talking about?
I have the slides.
Okay.
A bomb? You know what a bomb is?
Oh, I didn't hear Babam.
Yeah, it's a bomb.
I know what a Babam
We
is.
need to watch the Super Mario Brothers movie one Friday.
Nobody needs to watch that.
Oh, it's
Evan.
great.
That movie is
Great.
cult classic
Yes,
good.
I
We watch movies on Discord every Saturday.
I'm gonna break every bone in his body.
One of our
And
friends
then-
streams it, and we all just watch a movie every Saturday.
Oh, nice.
One time I interrupted Princess Mononoke.
What?
Is that what you guys do in the...
Yeah, we play games and just watch a movie together. We talk about it.
It's like, what the fuck is going on? They're like talking like different random movie names. I'm like, what is happening in this chat?
Copy and paste everything that we
Control
discussed
C,
from the time.
Control E.
What was the King of the Dark
Willem.
name?
Willem Moonstar.
Moonstar.
Willem? Oh,
Willem.
William.
Willem.
WILHELEM.
Did I know that the people with that guy were Dark Swamps people?
You did not.
Okay.
I did.
Say that.
I-
Say his name.
I connected that.
Willem Moonstar. WILHELM.
We just saw
Like Wilhelm.
Envoy and someone related to the Moonstars leaving the keep angrily.
I look over at Michael. You said they were here today, correct?
I thought they were here today, and it turns out I was apparently correct.
This is in. We need to catch up with them and have a conversation.
What are we gonna do with our friend here?
That's a conversation we need to have as well.
Oh, I'm quite good where I'm at, thank you.
Like immediately.
You don't want to come with?
No,
You
I'm,
can't really
I'm perfectly comfortable here,
Drag a
actually.
blind tiefling
Oh, you
that's
didn't
part of
mean
a
me.
cult around.
And if we turn them in after speaking with Michael, that still probably won't clear our name. So the question is what to do with them. I don't think we should kill him,
He's not dying.
but we can't exactly set him free.
Can you stay here?
Wait, did you relay about the sword thing?
All of it.
Or weapon, I guess you can say.
All of it. Copy and
Wait,
paste.
what was about the sword thing?
He has the ability to summon a sword.
Oh,
Can't summon
okay.
it in the chains.
It's a bonus action for him to do it.
Do I recognize what sort of ability that would be from?
Radiant.
Make a general intelligence check. Because there is no fighting check.
You should say radiant.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
There's
What kind of radiant?
some warlocks can do that.
Or what kind of. Well, I should
But
say
it
what kind
doesn't
of
sound like a warlock ability.
What kind of what?
shard bearer.
Maybe
Yeah.
something to do with a monk.
Oh. You're at the beginning.
Yes, I'm at the beginning.
Okay.
You have a patron.
I'm in the first book. I
follow somebody.
Shard bearer, but I'm not even there
Who's
yet.
your patron?
Shard bearers and
It's
radiants
not
are
really a
different.
patron.
Are they?
Yeah, so radiant can be a
Wait,
shard
wha-
bearer, but just
How are
because
you
they're a
able to
shard bearer
summon
doesn't mean they're
sword or
radiant.
weapon,
But
whatever
that
it
gets
is?
into like the lore of the story.
Made it.
Okay.
Bonded myself to it.
You bonded yourself to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now see, you wonder why I think people will hurt people. I literally come from a race that's borderline extinct. And you guys are all more interested in my ability to summon a sword.
Tieflings?
I was thinking maybe Kazuya was your patron.
Cursed children.
That's not really a race.
It's
That's
more of a-
just,
It's more important to me than race. It's not a disease. We're
You said
born with
condition.
it.
I said condition. I did not say disease. You said disease.
You're projecting.
I have had many years to do so.
Reject?
To receive that protection.
Nameless one. What if we take you to where the other cursed individuals are, the cursed children are?
That would not work out well.
Why is that?
Because you're not supposed to know where they are.
And they're probably not there anymore. Be a really good friend, Kazuya.
Why was Kazuya done with you?
He has received all he needs from me. And he feels that by offering me as a peace offering, he can keep, how did he put it? Said it would equal out in a relationship.
And why, if we didn't take you, was he just gonna kill you?
He didn't say.
It's his choice, you don't care?
If he needed to kill me for some reason.
Like I said. Odd. So, where can we store it?
Do I get to vote?
No.
I kind of want to hear what he has to say. Where do you want to be stored?
Well, there was a very...
doesn't matter where you want to be stored.
I thought you were going to keep coddling him.
Where do we put him?
In a grave?
No, we're not killing him.
Sure you're
No,
not no one in this campaign, too?
No, he stays alive. I promised him a far worse fate. Things go the way I think they're going to.
Talon, you're normally the more level-headed and ambassador-like one.
He's been messing with the potions just like too much.
Eyebrows singed off and shit.
Do what now?
Where should we place our friend? Should we turn him into Evier Keep? Or the Eviers, or do we...
No. That would be just as good as killing him. Or worse.
If anything, he needs to go back to the Wild Woods.
Alan, make an insight check for me.
An insight check?
Mm-hmm. With advantage.
How my dice are rolling good.
Mm, 17.
You would know that if your grandfather in the state of mind he's in, given certain events that you guys are recently accused of, sending a shapeshifter that took your form back to the Wild Woods is definitely the same as killing him.
I don't think that's a good idea either.
Well, fuck.
What did William say?
What does William say?
William is not home. William went to work.
Monday?
Michael, do you have any suggestions?
If you have any allies that you trust, preferably somebody a little ways away from the tower.
Do we have any allies that we
I mean, you guys traveled all the way up to Lothel. Did you meet anyone when I sent you on that journey?
The king, the boy king.
You're referring to the Lord of Gout.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what his standing is with Her Majesty. He likes stories of heroes, but
We intrigued him. He was very friendly to us.
he's always been a friendly kid. He always used to... I used to tell him the story of Ublein's hammer. Always liked that one. But, like I said, I don't know what his feelings towards Her Majesty are.
Dungeon here?
There is. It's a military town, yes.
No, I mean, does William have one in his house? Down below?
No.
Like,
Normal people don't just have dungeons in their house.
I was,
Well,
you
some
never
do.
know. You
I said
never,
normal people.
Okay, fair enough.
you never know.
It just sounded masochists are just as normal as everybody else.
William is already hiding one person here.
True.
Technically, he is hiding 6.
Why can't we kill
Actually,
the
7.
tiefling?
Because we're trying to be better. And technically, the tiefling... You know, actually,
The tiefling's not innocent, but I promised him a far worse fate.
so what is the far worse fate? Okay. We think to the Goblin Caves.
Throw them in the Underdark or the Dreaming Dark.
Or we could do that.
I would like that.
See, he would like that.
What about the Lost Islands?
They don't want him.
What if we could just have your friends look over him?
We could. I just don't know how safe it would be for us to just walk around with a
Chained up tiefling.
chained up tiefling that was obviously blinded brutally.
Well, we could just maybe go up to the spire and do
Throw
our
him off?
Well, no. But yes, kind of. Go up to the spire and do our business, and then
We're
part
not going
ways.
to kill it, and the gravity is.
Darn gravity. Killing our friends like that. Shucks.
So we take him to the fire with us.
As long as he doesn't cause us more problems than your guys' reputation is, I don't mind him coming with us.
Okay.
But I'm afraid he would be a problem. But dead people can't really be problems.
I think it'll be
Obviously, nobody cares what I think, but I was asked not to be a problem.
By who?
Kazia.
Kazia.
Not to be a problem for us.
Yes.
I don't like that he's with Kazuya and he's like planted. It's a trap.
We need to figure this out. So we leave here. We go to the Spire. We make our trade. We get paid.
Why couldn't we disguise him?
Glasses and a fake mustache.
Can't lift him out of the chains.
Or couldn't we?
Not unless he gives us his weapon.
Sure, I could give it to you.
If he's bonded with it, it'll just go back to him.
Yes.
Are you gonna stab us in the back if we let you out of these chains?
I have been asked not to.
Are you gonna stab us in the front if we let you out of these chains?
I have also been asked not to do that. I am also not supposed to flame, torture, dismember, or maim you in any way.
Oh, good, he has magic.
Do you have plans for something that's not on that list?
No.
What are your plans?
This was really as far as it went. It went to go to place, get handed over to you guys, and don't hurt you. And so far, that's pretty much it.
What was Kazuya's purpose in giving you to us?
And said it was a favor for Ronin. Said the old Ronin a favor.
What kind of favor?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
But I don't care.
Me and Kazia have a scattered history. Nonetheless, we are close. I fed Kazia information about where his family murderer was. With me and my father's travels, we came across tips. I would reach out to Kazi and make sure he knew.
So, okay, so that's where he was going. Like this person.
Correct.
But he has a new plan now.
Seems to be.
Did he just abandon looking for him? Did he find him?
Unclear.
Looking at you, tiefling boy.
I can't
You-
tell.
Do you know?
I have no
Did
idea.
Kazuya succeed? His initial?
He didn't speak much of his life before finding me.
We disguise the tiefling. We need to find Lord Moonstar before he leaves the city. Have a conversation with him, and then head to the Spire. Does that sound like it works? It's a group decision.
Could work.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
Does that work?
But,
How are we getting him out?
well, yeah.
We could put him in the back of holding.
No.
It's too full.
Too full.
Oh.
Won't work.
Also, there's no air inside.
It doesn't matter. He can survive for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, sure.
We'll just pull his head out every 10 minutes and then stuff it back in.
He takes that lock. Okay. Then that's what we're gonna do.
Alright. And then that is where we will go ahead and call it for the week. So, thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we will see you guys not next week, but probably the following week.
We have a spy in the party.